Welcome back to Jen's Whole Health. I'm Jennifer Peters and I'm a functional nutritional therapy practitioner. Today, let's talk about stress. This past week, I've had quite a bit of perceived stress in my day job. It has me thinking about the effect that stress has on our bodies and especially on our body's metabolic health and how it affects our weight loss. There are two states that our body can be in. We're either in sympathetic or parasympathetic. The sympathetic state is often referred to as the fight or flight state. It's our body's way of keeping us safe when our lives are in danger. The opposite of that is going to be the parasympathetic state. This is where our body's in a state of relaxation, recovery, healing, digestion, and we want to stay there as often as possible. Now, when we're perceiving that our lives are in danger, whether that threat is a real threat to our lives or an imagined threat, our bodies are going to enter into the sympathetic state. We will release a flood of hormones such as cortisol, epinephrine, norepinephrine, and these hormones are our body's way of increasing our alertness. It increases our heart rate. It's going to send extra blood to our muscles that we're going to need to fight or to flee. And these hormones are incredibly important for the survival of our species. However, we may be living in a sympathetic state much too frequently, especially with as much perceived stress as we seem to have with living in today's society and world. So, what exactly is perceived stress? Perceived stresses are things in our lives that cause us to enter into a sympathetic state even when our lives are not actually in danger. Some examples of perceived stress might be difficult deadlines at work, relationship problems, financial problems, those types of things. These may cause us to enter a sympathetic state even though we aren't in any real physical danger and we're not going to actually need to flee or to fight. So why do we need to worry about whether or not we're in a sympathetic or a parasympathetic state? Well, these stress hormones, they'll produce a chain of reactions in our bodies that can cause us to not feel so great. These reactions can stall or impact our weight loss. They can impact our body's ability to digest and absorb the nutrients that we're eating. They can impact our ability to decrease inflammation, and we're not going to be in a state of recovery and healing. So how does increased stress affect our body weight exactly? Well, when we get stressed out, our adrenals are going to release those hormones, the cortisol, the epinephrine, into our bloodstream. And these hormones are going to tell the body that we need energy, and it is going to communicate to the liver to quickly make or provide as much glucose to meet those energy needs. This is going to begin a chain of reactions that will impact our weight. When our blood sugar increases, then our body has to release the hormone insulin so that that glucose can be pushed into the cells so that it can be turned into energy. And insulin is known as our fat storage hormone. When we have insulin in our bloodstream, the body is going to be in the fat storage mode. We can't have increased insulin and fat burning at the same time. It's just not possible. So when we're constantly in a stress state, cortisol is going to drive up the amount of glucose in our blood, which will increase the amount of insulin we need, and that's going to completely shut down our fat burning. We will gain weight, or at the very least, we're not going to be able to release that stored body fat for fuel. Now, all of this to say that we need to work on mitigating the stress that we have in our daily lives and try to find a way to enter into a parasympathetic state as often as we can. There's no way we can completely avoid stress, but let's see if we can figure out ways to mitigate it. So these are my 5 tips for getting into a parasympathetic state. Number 1 is to do some deep stomach diaphragmatic breathing. So to do that, you want to make sure that when you're breathing, your diaphragm is being pushed down and you'll feel the air fill into your stomach area. So I often will put just a hand on my stomach and take in a deep breath through my nose. And this is going to fill up my stomach with air, and I can feel it moving in my stomach. Now, if you're only feeling it in your chest, that means you're doing chest breathing, and that is going to make it much more difficult to get into a relaxed state. Your body's not going to recognize that as being in a safe spot. So try that. Number 2 is going to be meditation and visualization. Meditation is another way to practice some presence and some deep breathing. And you can also use visualization along with that to imagine that you're in a nice safe place next to an ocean or walking through the forest, maybe on a nature trail, just some place that makes you feel relaxed and calm. Number 3 is laughter. Laughter is a great way to reduce stress and to help your body relax. Spend a few minutes listening to your favorite comedian, or just laugh for no reason at all. If you just start laughing, that's going to tell your body you're safe, and it's going to allow you to get into that parasympathetic state. Tip number 4 is spend some time in nature. Playing outside in nature is a great way to reduce stress. So go for a hike, walk on a nature trail. And again, if you can't get out into nature, then find images of nature and beautiful places to look at. Even imagining or being in nature or viewing those pictures can help you to induce this calm and peaceful feeling, which will in turn send your body into a more parasympathetic, relaxed state. And my number 5 tip is get a massage. Massage can really relax those muscles, because when you're all in fight and flight, you're going to tense up and those muscles are going to get tight. But massage can help to relax those muscles, and your body's going to recognize again that you're safe. So human touch and connection can also help just to relax the body. So those are my 5 tips, but really any activity that you find relaxing can help you to reduce your stress. Take a look at your thoughts and see if you can notice when you might be putting your body into a sympathetic state. Think about those thoughts that you're having, and then implement some of these relaxation techniques in your life. And your body is going to thank you for that. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit the subscribe button and the like to let others know, and I will see you again next time.